Hiya folks, if you're anything like me and you do your own repairs to your cars, then having a scan tool is something which is very, very handy. I have got one, but I've just taken delivery of this XTOOL IP616. It promises to be quite a good little tool, so let's take a closer look at it. Right, it comes in a lovely sturdy case, and it's a smart diagnostic tool. It's not a bi-directional tool, but as I say, it does everything which I want as a home mechanic. So let's see what we get in the box. Now, as I say, I have actually taken this out because I did actually update the software to it. So we'll just pop inside and I'll show you how I did that on the computer. Okay then, so I'm in the process of doing an update. It had 137 updates to do. As you can see, quite a few of them are actually done. And don't forget, the upgrades to the software of this are actually free, so you're not paying for these softwares. So I've just got this latched up to my Wi-Fi network now, and I'm just going to wait until it's completely done. As you can see, that it's just downloading, installing and completed them. That's the whole lot there. Look, there you go, all them there, just to keep it up to date. So having a closer look at it, one of the things to notice is that it's got obviously a power button. There is a 12 volt adapter button there, which it doesn't actually come with a 12 volt adapter. You do your charging via the USB port, which I've already done, as I said. And you've also got the line in there for the scanner, which plugs into your OBD connector in your car. They do give you a useful book for reading. I tend to learn by watching something happen in a video rather than read a book, so that's handy if you learn a different way. So you do get a couple of adapters for your different continents. You've got an American one and the European one there. I've used the 13 amp adapter there, which plugs straight into that power socket there. And then you just take your USB lead that comes with it, plug it into there, and then plug it into your computer, and you can charge it up off your computer. You also get your data transfer lead that plugs into the back of the unit, and that part obviously is the OBD2 connector, which will connect up to your vehicle. So as I say, when I powered this up initially, it was asking for over 136, I think it was, updates, which it took probably about 25-30 minutes to do. So I've just turned the unit on now, and we'll power it up and we'll take it over to a car. And as you can see, that comes up with this little little screen there, little startup screen there, which just while it's loading the software. And this is an Android device for those of you interested or not. And as you can see, it doesn't take long to load at all. So we're going to take it over to the car now, and let's have a look at some things it can do. Right, okay then, so I have done the updates, as I said to you. And I've just turned it on, and it's coming up with, it wants to do some more updates. So I am connected to my Wi-Fi, and one thing to note as well is that to connect this up and to actually use it, you do need to have an email address and register the device to get all your free updates. It has got free updates for life, so we're just going to quickly do that again, and it's going to install these new bits of software now. If I just click install, and I find the touch screen very, very responsive. I've had a couple of other screens that don't really do the job and have got a lot of lag on them, but this one obviously seems to be really, really, really quick. And that's what drew me to this one as well, that yeah, the app's installed already, look at that, so just click done. The thing that drew me to this as well is that it's really, really fast. My other diagnostic tool that I've got tends to be really, really slow. I don't know if you can see the you've got some symbols along the bottom there. This one where you can take a screenshot, you've got a volume down and the volume up there as well, up and down. That's a back button to take you to a previous screen there. You've also got like a home screen. You've got a screen recording where you can actually record the screen and what you're doing as well. You've got Bluetooth there. So there's quite a few devices, and obviously down the side there you've got different settings there as well that you can go into if you want to customize. That's where you put your Wi-Fi address in there. So loads on there, and we're going to be spending most of our time in the diagnostic part of the display. So let's just press the diagnostic button there, and if you go to your special functions here, click on that, you can actually see all the things that you can actually do. Key program is a thing which is a very, very handy thing. Seat match, TPMS reset, whatever that is. Language change on your car modules, I think that would be. ECU configurations, you can do some certain ECU configurations on that. BMS reset, throttle resets, AF reset, HV battery, high voltage battery I take it that is. gearbox match, DPF, which is a very handy thing, especially on modern diesel cars, ABS bleeding, gear learning. A lot of new cars have so many new different functions on, so your car may not have these functions. Just because they're on the actual scanner doesn't mean that your car has them functions. I know this car hasn't got a lot of these functions. Steering angle sensor, EGR valve relearn there, oil reset, and a lot of cars you've got these service lights that come up, you can reset all them. Air conditioning reclaim, headlight alignment, window initialization, VGT relearn, injector coding, very important if you're changing your fuel injectors. They need to be coded to your car. Electronic pump activation, suspension, airbag reset, which is another handy one. In fact, my son's car needs an airbag reset because he's got a problem with that. And also tyre upgrade. If you change your tyres over, sometimes in modern cars you need to tell your car that you've had different tyres on it. So loads and loads to look into there. So let's go back and let's do, as I say, it's asking for 11 updates there as well now. So I'm going to just press that. And even now, even though I've updated 135 or whatever it was, it's doing another 11 updates now. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, but you can actually tether the updates off of your mobile phone as well, which will be a bit slower, but these are free lifetime upgrades, whilst obviously at the time of me doing this video anyway, so you need to check whether you still get that if you're watching this video 3, 4, 5 years down the line. But at the time of this video, all these upgrades for all these different cars are totally free, and a lot of them are paid services with other scanners, so that's really, really good that you've got that facility, that you don't have to pay a monthly or an annual subscription like a lot of professional scanners you have to. Right, so I'm going to go into diagnosis now. Go into Europe. Comes up as an Opel, so I'll tick Opel. I'm going to go for manual selection. I know this is a 2004 car, and I know it's an Astra G. We look at the engine management. I know the engine I've got, so it's just going to connect to the ECU, and I'm just going to read the trouble codes that we've got possibly with this vehicle. There we go. And I can automatically see straight away that registered codes there. It's an O2 sensor circuit malfunction. I did actually change one of these on here, and that in turn has pulled up a PO170 fuel trim bank malfunction. So if we just click on that, have a little bit more inspection on that, you can actually look on Google and it tells you all about the codes that you want to read about there. And just hit the back button. So that's your indication now of your little magnifying glass. So those are two codes I know I've got, so I'm just going to take it back and clear the trouble codes. Yes, and they both cleared successfully. So now let's read the codes again, and as you can see I've got no codes now because that was two codes that I'd had before which I hadn't reset. So happy days with that one. You can read the live data there, you can choose your live data, so very handy if you're diagnosing any problems. Mass airflow sensor, that's something which we've actually changed on this car, and this would have shown me if I would have had a fault on it. So we got engine speed there, so if I just put a little tick in that box there, and also the throttle position sensor, put a little tick in that box there. If I start the car up now, you can actually see the many different things here are changing here. I can see the battery voltage, so I know for a fact what the battery voltage is. I can see straight away that that car is charging. I can see my acceleration pedal sensor is working fine there. It gives me my engine speed there, which is in tick over RPM. So there's just so much here, and I can see my mass airflow sensor working there. Look, gives you the volts to it there, and coolant temperature's 30 degrees at the moment. So there's just so much you can read on here. There's so much on here, folks, you can read. So let's say, for example, coolant temperature. If I drop the drop down menu down there, you can actually graph the coolant temperature there, look, and you'll probably see it's going slightly up. And if I'm looking at my mass airflow sensor, the voltage at my mass airflow sensor throughout the rev range, it can show you the voltage, show you everything is graphable. You can show a graph on everything there, folks. There's the revs, look. So if you've got a problem with a tick over, for example, and you want to look, There we go, look, and it's pretty instant. I just wanted to show you how instant that is when I'm revving the car. It goes up straight away, so there's very little lag in these graphs, very little lag. So if I had a problem with the car charging, you can see from tick over, it's a steady 14.3 volts. As I'm revving the car, nothing, it's steady, so it's constantly charging there. So you know you haven't got any problem with any slipping belts or anything. Really quick visual inspection you can do on all the different modules. The mass airflow sensor voltage, you can have a look at that. So you can find out off online what the mass airflow sensor voltage should be about, and obviously compare it to what you've got there to decide whether or not you've got an issue or not. So it's really accurate in its measuring. And if we go back to the coolant again now, coolant's up to 51.2 degrees centigrade now. Now you could probably know what time the thermostat was probably about 87 degrees centigrade, and then you should see that drop down. So you can actually measure the engine coolant to find out if you've got an issue with a stick-in thermostat, for example. So these live datas are really good as well. So yeah, I've actually just cleared the fault codes which my car had, and I can see that this can be a very handy tool. And again, take it back to the main menu, just hit your back button up there and you can go all the way back. Read trouble codes, no trouble codes, so I've just corrected them codes that I had earlier on, as you saw. So really nice piece of kit this, folks. Let's turn the car off. And I do like these chunky handles that you can hold on to here. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this, so I do urge you to have a look at them. And the battery life, as I say, I've been playing about with this, it's still on 100%. I don't know if you can see that there, can you? So very good battery life, and it's nice and rugged and robust as well, and very handy with just sitting on your steering wheel there, just like that. So just hit your back button, keep going back, or go to your home page, and there we're back to a normal Android screen there now, where you can have a look at pictures you may have taken pictures of. I haven't got any images in there, but you get the idea. It just works like an Android phone, and then you can connect to the internet as well. As I say, different Bluetooth devices you can connect up to it. It's got the ability for you to have someone else, a technician, remote connect up to you, so they might be able to diagnose what you're looking at. So there's your menu there. You've got a clock, gallery. It's just like a normal. You can even send an email from here as well. Just tether it off your phone if you're out and about. Calculator, the browser there. You've got Adobe Acrobat there. You've got a sound recorder in case you want to record any sounds, like it might be knocking or whatever. So yeah, loads you can do there. You've got a message manager, but the main thing is the automatic diagnostics that this thing can perform. So there you go. That's my new IP616 scanning tool from the XTOOL company, and I must say that I'm very impressed with it compared to the other scanning tool which I've had for a good few years now, which again is a very good tool, but this one is a hell of a lot quicker, and you're waiting only probably about a minute or so before it does a whole scan of your car, where my other one could take sort of 5 to 6 to 7 minutes to scan a car. Really handy if you've got a few cars in your family, as we have here, different makes and models of cars, some obviously are post 2000. This scanning tool is equipped with all the top software, and as I said to you, the lifetime updates, where you'll get them for free at this moment of time as me doing this video. Really impressed with it. I like the ergonomics of the actual handheld grips of it. I like the weight behind it as well. It's got a nice little bit of weight to it, so you feel like you've got a quality product in your hand. The software seems to be non-glitchy. Some of them can be a bit glitchy, some other scan tools I've used in the past. And this one, the menus sort of scroll very well. And as I said to you, in the short time that I've had it, I've actually done 2 or 3 updates on it, so it's continually updating the software as well. And I like the charts where you've got a constant, no lag between the actual car and also the data being transferred over to your visual graphs, for example. A lot of features on there, a lot of features which my cars haven't got, as I said to you, like steering angle sensors and stuff like that, gearbox management and stuff like that. I haven't even got service lights on any of my cars, but this does all that as well. So if you're in the market for a scanner, this is possibly one to look at. I'll leave a link in the description below the video so that you can check them out. do a little research, and as I said to you before, I'm very, very happy with it, and definitely the speed compared to my old one. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Do check out my other videos, and also have a little binge watch if you do enjoy my videos. Thanks very much. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.